Draw your knees to your chest. And just an overall statement about modifying. Modify as needed, whenever needed. All poses. And if you don't know, if you're not sure, just chat in or ask me, unmute and ask. Circle your knees. And let it be loose. Hold the knees with your hands and let the knees come apart. So take your knees wide, press them away, draw them together and in. And then we'll switch directions. Drawing the knees together, press them away, take them wide and in. And then draw both knees into the chest. And rock side to side, not very far, just across the sacrum, massaging the back. And pressing the knees away just a little bit, you can get lower down on the sacrum. And drawing the knees in, you can get higher up. And then let the feet fall to the floor a little bit wider than your mat. Stretch your arms up and back over your head and start to windshield wipe the legs left and right. With the tummy drawn toward the floor and the waist narrowing because of the position of the arms. A slight gentle direction of pressing the knees away as they go down. But we're just warming up, getting some lubrication into the hip socket, into the back of the pelvis. Take your time and don't overdo anything. Let the knees fall to the right. Stretch those arms, interlace the fingers, press the palms back. And try to stretch both sides of the waist here evenly. And then let the elbows bend, relaxing the tension. Engage the tummy, draw the knees back up, and let the knees fall over to the left. Switch the lacing of the fingers softly. Stretch the palms toward the back wall. Press the knees slightly away from you to create traction. Breathe here. Softly stretching the hip flexors and the lats. And then bend the elbows to release the tension and slowly bring the knees back up to center. Let the knees fall together and press the lower back into the floor, tucking tailbone under. And then roll the pelvis away, arching the lower back, and press the lower back into the floor. And arch. And again, imprint the spine, hollow the belly. And relax the pelvis forward, arching the lower back. Snow angel your arms out and down. And then switching directions with the legs, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. Again, we don't want to overdo it, so just to where you're comfortable. Press the soles of the feet together. Follow the belly. Hands on the tummy, take a deep breath here. Feeling the belly expand. And exhale. Out and the belly drops. So just a few belly breaths here, in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Letting the shoulders drop. One more time, deep breath in. Feeling the belly expand under your hands. Exhale. Take the hands to the outer legs, close them up. Roll both knees at the same time to the right. And roll all the way up onto your hands and knees, coming onto all fours. Spread the fingers, hands underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under and get your toes active. So get those big toes, just kind of like you're like a Flintstone a little bit. You're gonna just rub your big toes on the mat. And moving from left to right. Trying to wake up awareness on the soles of those feet. Just like tactile sensation. With the toes tucked under, begin to take cow pose, lifting the sits bones up and chin all the way up, eyes all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, spread the shoulder blades, draw the tummy in. Inhale and arch. Maybe take the knees a little bit wider apart. Exhale and round. Good, Sharon. Couple more times at your own pace. Begin breathing through the nose for the exhale as well as the inhale. Walk the knees back a tiny bit and cement mixer your middle. Taking the ribs around in a circle. Keeping that element of cat-cow as the centerpiece of the movement. So there's still a rounding and an arching. And then go the other way. Right. And then pointing the toes, stretch the hips back toward the heels, modify as needed. Arms extend out straight as they can. And crawl your fingertips forward, getting a little more length, and let the head drop. Breathe into any areas of tension. Walk your upper body over to the right. Lean your hips a little more to the left. And send your ribs just a little bit to the left as well. So there's a bit of a C curve. Let the head drop. Walk the hands through the middle, over to the left. A nice C curve here, letting the ribs reaching, kind of rolling to the right just a little bit. So you get that C shape and let the head drop. Breathe into the muscles between the ribs. And then walk your hands back through the center. Nice long length, and you might have a little more space. I do, yay. Let the elbows drop, let the armpits melt. Take a deep breath in. Let this one out the mouth. And come forward onto all fours. Tucking your toes, let your hips rise up. Stretch into a nice, satisfying down dog. Bend one knee, press the other heel down, and get a calf stretch while you're here. And switch. Let's do each side again. Bend one knee, opposite heel down. Calves are really important for all kinds of for releasing your low back, for freeing up your knees, and switch. For having access to the glutes. And then walk your feet forward up to the top. Soft bend in the knees, catch your elbows in your palms, slide those elbows so they align with the top of your ears and shake your head out. Add a little bit of grip as you pull here, or pull a little bit so that your lats, your sides are getting more stretch, little traction. Nod the head. Again, nod it, let go of the tension. Let go of the stress held in the head. And then let those arms hang. Go ahead and bend your left knee, reach your right arm up as you twist to the right. Maybe that right leg is straight. Look at your toes for a bit, your right toes, and fan them around, fan them about. Try to spread them apart from one another. And look up. And bring the right hand down. Bend the right knee up to the left, or look up to the left, open. And then look down at your foot and fan your toes about. Squish your mat with your toes and then lift each toe off the mat. Try to define them, articulate them. Give each one its own personality. And then look up, open the chest. Stretch that left sits bone, getting into that left hamstring. And then bring it down, toe heel your feet together. Waking up that proprioception in the bottom of the feet. Bend the knees, pull the heart forward, shoulders open wide, shoulder blades narrow. Exhale, tummy in as you fold over your legs, dropping. Inhale, push down, really root through the ground, rise up. Arms sweep up, grab left wrist and bend over toward the right. Look up to the left. Send your hips slightly to the left. Get that left flank. Push down through the left, grab hold of the right, up and over to the left, look up to the right. Get that nice stretch. Lift the ribs slightly up. Inhale, reach. Bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, look up and look up and step back with your left leg. Pull the heart forward, can be on blocks or fingers. And try to lift the chest up as you straighten that left leg. Plug in that left big toe. Plug in the right big toe and squeeze the legs toward each other. And then sink just a little bit lower in the pelvis. Push the right leg straight. Walk your hands back so they line up a little bit closer to your ankle. Flex that foot, lifting the right toes off the floor. Nice. Excellent. Pivot to your left, and you're going to bend your left knee into a side lunge. Come on down, just as deep as is right for your body. And feel into this. Squeeze the sits bones toward each other to help you stabilize. And do what you need to here. We're all a little different. For me, it's always or most often, it's the groin muscle on the straight leg. Most often, sometimes the pelvis is kind of twisted and you can wedge your arm against the bent knee and straighten it out. Sometimes it just gets twisty in there. And then be careful of your knees as you straighten both legs. Toes are in one straight line and wide apart. Prasarita. Come on, your fingers, lift your heart up. So you're in a wide stance. Good. Kneecaps lifted. And then fold down, hang here. And gently just move from side to side, bending left and right. Not very far. Just a little tiny easy stretch here. Getting some mobility in there. Some ease, some space. We're going to walk our hands toward the right, turn the right foot forward and rise up, warrior two. Balance on both feet. And I am facing the front of the jaw, so right foot forward. warrior 2 feet to the front of the mat. Bend the right knee, good. Open your chest, reach forward with the right hand, flip the palm up, and reverse warrior. Warrior 2, so you're open. Grab a hold of that right wrist with the left hand and add a little bit of tension. Pull. Inhale, release the tension in the arms, cartwheel the hands, and step yourself back. Nice long plank. But we're gonna drop the knees here. So drop the knees, drop onto the elbows. Tuck the tailbone under, spread the shoulder blades, and drag your elbows toward the knees and the knees toward the elbows, tuck your chin. Push the wrists down. Wake up those big toes. Press them apart. Lifting the belly. Keep dragging elbows toward knees, knees toward elbows. Maybe lift the knees. Hold here. Keep the chin tucked, tummy tucked. Big toes active. 4, 3, 2, and lower your butt. Walk your elbows forward, point your toes, unlace your fingers, arms are parallel. Inhale, lift your chin, look all the way up. If it feels better to press your elbows away, do that. If it feels better to drag them toward your hips, do that. Good. Come down onto your hands. Inhale, cobra. Tuck your toes, lift through plank, bend the knees, send the hips high, down dog. Breathe through the nose. If it feels good to have the legs straight, straighten them. If it's better to have the knees bent, leave them alone. Look to your hands and step your left foot forward. Come on your fingertips or blocks. Square up your pelvis and hips. So left hip for me has to go back a ways as I pull my heart forward. Push down through the left foot. Roll that inner right thigh up a little bit more and scissor. Yeah, Joelle, I was talking to you. Scissor the hips, the legs. Yeah, good. Maybe let that pelvis drop a little more as you try to straighten that back leg for a little more pizzazz. Push down through your left foot and elongate that left leg. Straighten the knee. Maybe you can flip those toes up away from the floor. If that's too extreme, bend the knees. Tummy is firm, head is dropped. Squeeze the hips. Good, Sharon. Look at your foot. See how it's rotated? Yes, excellent. Good. Lower your left foot down. You're going to go to your right and bend your right knee in a side lunge. Come on down and do what you need to do here. You're facing the right. For me, it took a second to feel that left inner groin. Now I feel it. And I'm using my right elbow to resist the leg, the bent knee side. Squeeze the sits bones toward each other. That'll stabilize and activate your pelvic floor somewhat. Parallel the feet for prasarita. Hands come in the center. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Shake out your head. Shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out. Enliven your feet, activate the inner thighs, and then bend one knee and the other, side to side. Keep it shallow, don't go too deep. Just getting some nice mobility in there, creating heat. and hopefully a sense of safety. We're going to turn that front foot, which is now the left one, to the front of the mat. Make sure your knees are safe as you rise to warrior two. The front heel intersects the back arch, allowing that front leg, maybe, if it's safe, to bend, to parallel. Reach that left arm forward, flip the palm up, reverse the warrior, grab that left wrist and give it a bit of a pull. Reaching the left ribs up just a little bit into a curve. Breathe. Release that tension as you windmill the hands down. Step to plank. Let's hold here. Tailbone tucks under, shoulders spread. This time take your chin slightly forward, lengthening the neck. Drag your awake toes toward your wrists and vice versa. Then bend the elbows nice and close to your side body. Point your toes, roll over the feet, up dog. Roll over the feet, downward dog. Breathing here. And walk yourself forward to where your hands are, feet together. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fall like water. Inhale, push down to rise up. Bend your elbows, open the chest. Inhale, straighten the arms back up. Exhale, and fold down over the legs. Inhale, look up. Let's step the left foot back. Come right up, warrior two. That was a bit abrupt, sorry. Reach forward with the right palm, reverse. Bring the right hand down to the floor, a block or forearm to thigh. Left arm windmills over, not windmill, arcs over the left ear, and you look up. Really good. Can you get a little lighter if you have the forearm, really whatever you're doing with that right hand, keep it light. Drag the feet, put the power in the legs. Nice. Lift up, warrior two. Straighten the right leg, turn your right toes, bend the left knee, come down into that side lunge. Point your right toes. See what that feels like. And flex. And point. Come to center, two straight legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring the hands to your hips. Inhale, rise. Take your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers or strap them together with a belt or a towel. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, wrap your arms overhead as you fold forward. Ideally, you bring the palms together and bend the elbows and work into the back of the upper arms and upper back muscles. But if that tweaks you, don't do that. Again, modify as you need to. Lift your arches. So squeeze your toes a little bit. Rip those arches up away from the floor. Rip. Inner knees super strong and lifted. Breathe here. Inhale, nicely done. Rise up. Rainbow, cross the arms up and over. Opening the arms out to the side. Turn the right foot to the right, warrior two. And then cartwheel the arms down. Step back, plank. And low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Now I have two dogs with me. Breathing here. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, let it drop. Come to chair, bend the knees, raise those arms up overhead, squeeze the sits bones toward each other, hollow out the middle as you sit back. Bring your hands to prayer as you lift your right foot up and step your right foot back, warrior two. Open those arms. Reach forward with the left hand, flip the palm, and reverse. Left hand comes down or forearm to thigh, right arm up and over the ear. Nice and light, that left hand, whatever it's doing, look up to that right arm. Make your legs powerful here. Squeeze them. No reach. Warrior two. Reverse warrior here. One more time. And then turn to your right, bend your right leg, come down into that side lunge. Lift the chest here. Point the left toes, experiment with that. And flex. And point, and flex. Oh. Come to two straight legs. Walk your hands over to your left foot and reach that right arm up, twist. Come down, walk over to your right foot. You're kind of leaning toward the right, and then you twist, lift that left arm up. Bring that hand down, hands come to the center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, as you fold, grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Look up again, and then bend the elbows away from one another as you pull the head down. Shoulder blades lift. Legs nice and straight. Feel the resistance of your toes and your fingers. Fingers are trying to pull those toes up. The toes resist. Breathe, 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 breathe. Rotating the inner thighs back a bit, just a bit. Inhale, lift the chest up, bring your hands back to the center. Hands to your hips as you rise. Rainbow those arms into warrior two as you pivot your left foot forward. Nice strong stance. Cartwheel the hands down, step back, plank. Bend those elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. Right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up your hip. Look under the right arm. Lift that knee up. Square the hips, step the right foot forward, warrior two. Reach forward and reverse. Rest that right leg straight, right hand comes down, left arm up, skandasana, triangle. Open the chest, strong, powerful legs. Reaching through that left arm. Make it light and let the ribs drop. That top rib, we've been bending it up. Now just let it drop. Tailbone back, tummy strong. Look down, take it forward, half moon, keep it light. Let that left leg lift, look up. Reach, bending that left knee. Maybe catch the foot, not important. Maybe you just let it be. Finding the hamstrings. Re-straighten it. Bend the right leg, step back, warrior two. We'll sweep that left arm up as we bend that left knee, come down. Deep lunge. Come onto your bum. So sit on your bum. Your left knee is bent up toward the ceiling. And you're pressing your left knee, hold on, let me see if I can move the camera. What is that? Your left knee is bent here and you're pressing your left leg away. Just see how that feels. What does your body want to do? Like, are you like, what can I do with this left thing like this? So for me, it feels good to mobilize it, pressing it away and toward, trying to get some space in the pelvis. Turn toward that right leg and maybe fold toward it. If that feels good. And Karen, you can be on the bum. I'm literally on the bum. Yeah. And then you guys all seem to want to bring, so let's try it, that left foot into Savasana. So take that left foot, fold it into the right inner thigh. Does that hurt the knee? If it does, put a block or a towel behind the knee and make the angle less steep. Turn toward that right leg. Motion and turn toward that right leg and fold. If it hurts your back, bend the right knee and don't go too far. Try to keep the back straight. If it feels good, relax over. Come on up. Bend, take your left hand under your left knee and prop it up. Pivot toward the front of the mat. I'm going to cross my ankles to get back. That's not great for all knees. Some knees prefer an easier way. So for me, I'm going to roll over, bent, cross legs. You get there how you want. Back to down dog. And just walk it out a little bit. Stretch out the calves. Make sure your knees are doing okay. Your joints are doing okay. Use this to assess as well as stretch and strengthen. Left leg goes up. Bend the knee. Open that hip. It's helpful to keep that right leg plugged in and strong so you have something to turn away from. Look under that left arm. Looking good. Square the hips, step between the hands. That'll line you up well for warrior two. Nice lunge here. Strong back. Reach forward the left palm, reverse. Press that left leg straight. Make your way to a triangle. So you reach forward, letting the rib cage extend. Arms go up and down. Yeah. Tailbone long. Tailbone in line with the center of the skull. Neck long. Look up. Breathe it to life here. Rotate the hip down, right hand to hip. Lunge forward onto the left fingers. Right leg floats up, half moon. Strong standing big toe. Bend that upper leg. Option to hold that foot. Or just contract the muscles. Plenty to do. Quad stretch here. Maybe. Release that leg. Bend the left knee. We're going to take it down into a side lunge. Then the right knee come down. We're going to come all the way onto our bum. And press that upright knee, the right one, forward. So it's kind of right and left. Kind of open up the pelvis here. And maybe we're mapping that right sits bone. You can feel the outer edge of that right sits bone and the inner edge and the outer edge. feel it? And that might be a sore spot on you guys. So you're getting into that little area. Okay. And then we're going to turn away from that leg, giving space to the right side of the pelvic floor. Totally. And then Janu Sirsasana the leg, put the right foot into the left inner thigh, rotate over the left leg, lift your heart first, and then maybe you just surrender over that left leg. Or if you want to use it as a therapeutic back stretch, you bend your left knee and you straighten the back. Yeah, nice. Can you flex that left ankle more? Karen, try to relax your upper shoulders. Like away from your head too at the same time. If I give you guys notes, just always remember there's shadows and all kinds of things. So if you're like, that's a crazy note, I get it. Nice. Good. Come on up from here. Let's open it up. So take the legs out to Upavishta. But we'll start with bent knees. So flex the feet, press the heels down. Just ease into this. Press your arms into the knees and the knees into the arms. Get a little bit of that isometric pressure. Then emphasize the right side. So right leg into right arm and resist. And then left. Oof. And right. And left. We're mapping the sits bones here too. So let's do the right again and feel that left butt. That left sits bone in the floor. And then right. Sit up tall, take the hand behind the right leg, press the right leg into the hand, and vice versa. That's way harder for me to have strength there. What about you guys? And then the other side. So it's abduction, pressing that leg into the hand and the hand into the leg. And relax it. And now the legs may feel like they're ready to straighten out. They may not. You're going to rotate over your left leg and fold. Try to leave that right buttock down, that right sits bone that we mapped. Send it down toward the floor. Nice. Come on up and over toward the other way. On your way, press that left butt bone down. Rotate over the right leg. You can always go back a stage to a bent knee option. Maybe you notice that as you bend your right knee just a teeny bit, you can ground that left butt bone down. Let's take it down the middle. Send breath anywhere you feel tension. If the pain is in your knee joint, bend your knees. I don't want any excess pain there. Wait, I don't want any pain there. And let's rise up. Hopefully that felt safe. Reach behind the knees, pull the legs in, soles of the feet together. Hold your toes and pull up through the spine. Squeeze those feet, lift the face up. Feel opening in those inner thighs. Maybe you feel an instinct to walk your butt closer to your heels. If so, go for that. And let's grab those big toes while we're here and just give them a little love. So first two fingers, grab those big toes, weave your fingers in there. Open up. It's a really good sinus point, really good head clearing point. While we're here, let's work some of those. So massaging your feet with your thumbs. We're going to come right under the ankle, underneath the bottom of the ankle bones, both the inner and the outer, and just massage those points. The one on the outer ankle bone at the bottom is a great head clearing point. Helps the brain wake up. And the one under the inner ankle bone is kidney 6. And this point lubricates the body. So lubricates joints, helps hair grow, helps get the yin fluids, the yin, the deep fluid that goes to all our organs moving. And then behind there is kidney 3, which is the master point of the kidney. So right in that ditch, and rub right there. This helps circulate the life force energy, the rocket fuel we were born with, throughout our body. And then squeezing up the shins, up the lower legs. Squeeze right in line with where you were. And you're going to hit all kinds of great points. Stomach meridian points, spleen meridian points. And right at the knees, massage both the outer knobby of the knee, so below, and the inner. And these are great points as well. Liver and spleen and gallbladder. And then take your hands to your knees, close, and you're gonna make your way down, but we'll do it together. So feet flexed, hands forward. Let's take that V-sit first. So we're moving away from our knees, rounding our lower back, and reach with your arms until you feel, well, at some point you'll feel your tummy. Keep those ribs closed, pick up one foot and then the other. Let's hover. Keep the ribs closed, shoulders can open though, chest can open. Reach right arm, left arm. So just a tiny bit of movement here, right, left. And we'll work with the opposite leg. So as you reach your right arm, straighten your left leg and squeeze it back in. Reach with your left arm, press the pedal of your right foot, and then squeeze it back in. Alternate here. Focus on keeping your center really strong. And as you suck it in, you're sucking in from that center. Oh. So it's really mental. Okay. When you're even, take it down a little bit further. Press the pedal of the legs straight. Arms can go overhead or stay forward. Hollow out your tummy. Hollow it out. Hollow here. Squeeze your legs. Reach through those feet. Head back. Suck it in. And come down. Nice. Reach those arms overhead. Stretch out through your heels. Nice long version of you. Nice and tall and long, stringy. Reach through your left foot, right hand. Right foot, left hand. Both feet, both hands. Tailbone is tucked. Good. Then bend both knees one and then the other, feet flat. Tailbone tuck slightly, press, imprint your low back into the floor as though you're trying to read the map, the mat with your lower back skin. Press down through the right sacrum, left, alternate here. Super subtle. I don't know how subtle it is. It's not a big movement though. You're just pressing lower left sacrum and then right, like kind of like kneading dough. I made a challah the other night, Saturday actually. And it felt like a lot like this, like you're just kneading with your fists, left and right, except for using the sacrum. And then center it and raise your hips up. Bring your arms down. Let's go for it. Rock your shoulders under you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, hands interlaced or grab your mat. Push down through the feet. Make sure your big toes are nice and active. Grip them so that your glutes are on. Yeah. Then lift your feet up, up, up. Pulse here, we'll pulse up. Squeeze the bum. 10, 9, 8. Getting those hip flexors to stretch open as we tone the butt. 5, 4, 3. Open the chest. 2. Open, push down, open, open, open. And then relax the hands and slowly descend. Rock your pelvis away from you. Press the low back down. Twice more. Rock the lower back. Press the low back down. I don't know. One more time. Rock the lower back. Press it down. And let's circle the hips without moving the legs. As much as we can, try to follow that clock. 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then switch directions. You'll notice one area maybe not cooperating. Slow down there rather than speed up. All right, now center, and we're going to go up again. See if it's a little easier. Rock those shoulders under, interlace. If you feel like it, switch the lacing. Open up the chest. Push down through the backs of the upper arms. Plug in through the big toes. Breathe. We'll just hold here. Grip your big toes. Squish up the mat. Squeeze your glutes for 3, 2, 1. Widen the upper back. Actually, I take that back. Reinterlace your hands and lower your butt down onto the fist of your hands. And then straighten your legs out. Keep that chest open. Point your toes. It's a bit of a modified fish. So tilt your chin toward the wall behind you. Open the eyes and look to the back right corner of the room. When you yawn, enjoy the yawn. Oh my gosh. And then eyes behind you, look to the back left corner of the room. And if you yawn on this side, great. You may or may not. And when you do, or if you don't, look back to the center. Hopefully, we just reset your vagus nerve, which is a good thing, helps control inflammation, among a million other things. Release the hands, and then slowly come on down. Draw your knees to your chest, and wrap yourself up. Really easy here, squeezing in. If your low back is feeling sensitive, put a block between the knees. We're going to shift the hips over to the right a little ways and drop both knees over to the left. Reach your right arm open Center your head so your spine's in a straight line, and then turn your head to the right. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let go of your stress. Just let anything that's left drop. Notice that you're anchored by the floor. The floor is helping for you to get a deeper twist. It's helping us. We can borrow from that to get a little more traction. Just emphasizing the downward pressure with my legs. Turn the head to center, squeeze the legs, engage the tummy as little, just the minimum amount. Center your hips and then shift them over to the left. Both knees travel to the right. Center your spine and reach your left arm open as you turn your head to the left. Take a deep breath, melting your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, borrow from the floor. Pressing down just a little bit with that right side to deepen your traction. Reaching just a little bit there, your left arm, squeeze the legs together. Bring it back to the middle. Give yourself a hug. Bring your forehead into your knees and take a sip of air. Keep sipping. Keep sipping. And take one more little sip. Hold. Squeeze. And then release. Send your legs out behind you. Hold your head. Cradle it. Move it about left and right until you find a content place in the center to lower your head for rest. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and roll your limbs in and out many, many times. Just loosen them up. Set them free. Put a nice little curve in your neck and low back. Just subtle, subtle. Toes open. Take a deep breath here. All that space you've made. And exhale out the mouth. Challenge yourself to go all the way to empty. And again, breathe in through the nose. And exhale. And challenge yourself. Going all the way to empty and pause at the bottom of the breath. One more time, take a deep breath in. Exhale everything out. Make sure you're comfortable. If there's something that needs to shift, shift. And then perhaps the most important part of practice is this. We let go. We give ourselves a opportunity for a fresh start. So we let go. We let go of anything we're holding, any stories which no longer serve us, any resentments which only hurt us. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in something you're grateful for and exhale. Again, breathe in something for which you're grateful. As you exhale, shed another layer of stress. Notice what that feels like. And then stretch your arms back and your legs forward. Notice the space. Let your mind clock it. Let your mind take in that you're different. Roll to the side that feels correct and cuddle up into a tiny little ball so that there's a lot of impact with the breath. When the body's small like this, you can really specifically send the breath somewhere strategic. I like to send it into the back and really connect to the back body because there's a purity to the way the back body engages with frequencies. It doesn't necessarily hold the same ego structure, and we're able to take in frequencies in their purest form. So it's here that I like to call in whatever frequencies I want for the day. Maybe it's power. Maybe it's passion. Maybe it's ease. Maybe it's grace. And then pressing down into the floor with one hand, make your way up to a seat and make sure you feel good about how you're sitting. So you feel solid. If your bum's on the floor, you can map your sits bones. Feel the head lofty, upright, but part of the whole. The brain of our belly, our heart, and our head, there's brain matter in all three. And we want all three brains in the same conversation. Raise the arms up. Adding in nature, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, something bigger than you. Palms come together and they land at the heart, place where all beings are connected. We use the heart as the maestro of the brains. From the maestro, we take one Om, inhale. Om. Allowing our heart field to grow and grow and grow. We bring it, we share it with the head, brain, thumbs to forehead. We bow forward, honoring one another for showing up, for being here together. It's such an honor. It's such a gift. Honoring ourselves, honoring this life, honoring our ancestors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings, you guys. Love you.